Have you ever wondered what it really means when people say, "According to your faith, be it done to you"? Maybe it's not about faith the way we think. Maybe something got lost in translation. Imagine if the Creator didn't ask for worship, but for something else entirely, like partnership. Think about it. Would you want your kids to worship you, or would you rather them be your closest friends, your allies in creating something amazing? The true purpose of life might be simpler than we make it. It's not about waiting for blessings to fall from the sky or hoping everything magically works out. It's about teaming up with the Creator to build the life you want. Think of it like a huge cosmic Lego set. You get to create alongside the ultimate architect. A lot of people think faith alone is enough to live a great life, but here's a wild thought. What if the Creator's real plan is for you to help shape reality, not just sit back and hope for the best? When you set your intention to create something, you're aligning your will with His. Your will becomes His will, and how can it not be fulfilled if you're working together? But here's where it gets tricky. Reality doesn't respond to desire. The more you crave something, the further away it gets. It's like when you're trying to grab soap in the bath. The harder you squeeze, the more it slips away. True will isn't about force. It's about setting your future reality using your external intention and then letting go. Let reality breathe and flow naturally, because if you press too hard, it pushes back. Willpower, it's not what you think. When I say willpower, I don't mean grinding through life. Willpower in this sense is more like holding a compass in your hand and quietly, calmly deciding which direction you're heading. You have to let reality unfold without pressing on it. Have you noticed that things work out best when you're relaxed, not when you're forcing them? It's because you're creating space for things to flow. You set your will and then step back, letting the engine of reality work for you. But, and here's the kicker, most people don't even think about setting their future. They live passively, waiting for life to happen to them, not realizing they can choose their future reality. They peer through the tiny keyhole of predictions and horoscopes, waiting for someone or something to tell them what's next. But guess what? The future is just lying there, waiting for someone to claim it. So why aren't you? Now this is where it gets funny. The most valuable thing in the world, your future, is just sitting there like a treasure chest with no lock, but almost no one takes it. It's like walking past $100 bill on the sidewalk because you assume it's stuck to the ground or belongs to someone else. People think setting their own future is impossible, or they're too scared to try. But if you're ready to take it, how do you break free from that old habit of hoping and wishing for things to get better? You can't just know that you can control your reality. You have to rewire your brain to start doing it, like breaking in a new pair of shoes. It takes practice, patience, and persistence. Let's be real, habits die hard. Even after you learn that you can set your reality, you'll forget, and then forget again. It's like trying to quit checking your phone every 5 minutes. But here's the good news. With repetition, you can reprogram your mind. You have to keep reminding yourself, I don't just wait, I set my reality. The more you practice this, the more it becomes second nature. Catch yourself when you're waiting for something to happen. Instead of hoping or praying for the best, say to yourself, I'm setting the course, I'm steering the ship. And believe me, it's a game changer. Once you've made that switch, you'll feel like you've unlocked a superpower, one that most people don't even know exists. Have you ever had that nagging feeling, a weight on your chest, like something's pressing down on you, even when everything seems fine? There's this background pressure you can't shake. That's because most of the time you're living according to someone else's script. You're just acting out someone else's lines, doing what's expected of you. Think about those moments in your life where you felt like you couldn't respond the way you wanted to. Maybe in childhood, when someone told you that you weren't good enough, or at work when you felt powerless. In those moments, it's like you were in a fog, acting on autopilot, but now you know the truth. You were being led by an external script. It's time to wake up from that fog. Whenever you feel weighed down, ask yourself, what's the negative belief behind this feeling? Maybe it's, I'm not strong enough, or I don't deserve this. Identify it and then flip the script. Instead of I have to, say, I'm free. Instead of I can't, say, I can. These aren't just empty affirmations. When you declare them, you're tapping into your external intention, your connection with the force that powers reality. It's like flipping a switch, shifting from passive to active mode. Your negative beliefs were given to you long ago, maybe by society, maybe by your family, or maybe from a painful experience. But now you know they're not real. They were never yours. The more you realize this, the faster those beliefs will fall away. And once they're gone, you'll be free to set your reality in ways you never thought possible. So, are you ready to stop waiting and start creating? Your future is yours to claim, but only if you decide to take it. Sincerely yours, Dream Life Architect.